channel SkillSnap. Today we are going to start our DSA series and with Java. Yes, you heard it right. DSA series with Java. From today onwards, we are going to pick one read code problem and solve that. And it will be a continuous series. And if you want this series in any other language other than Java, that is C++ or Python, you can ping me in the comment section and let's get started. So today's question, it is the largest number. Okay, it's a medium level question. Let's see. Given a list of non-negative integers nums, so what the question is saying is we are given with an integer list and that integer list name is nums. So we have to arrange them in such a way that they form the largest number and we have to return that. Okay, what we have to return? We have to return the largest number formed by the numbers in the list. Okay, so since the number which may return may be very large, so we have to return a string instead of an integer. Fine. Now we have understood the question. Let's get started. So we have the sample inputs and outputs. Let's look at the example one where we have input given nums. The list nums contain 10 and 2. So the output is 210. So why are we getting this as 210 is, so the problem itself says we have a list of non-negative integers and we have to arrange or we have to concatenate the numbers or we have to generate the possible combinations in which the numbers have been arranged, the numbers can be arranged, and we have to find the largest number possible. So if we see this one, this is 10 and 2. So if you try to arrange this, it becomes 102, or you can put 2 first and then 10 next, which becomes 210. Out of 102 and 210, 210 is the largest number. So we have the 210 as output. Similarly, if you see another example, that is 3, 30, 34, 5 and 9, and if we try to generate the possible combinations of concatenating these numbers randomly and trying to find out the largest number, that would be 9534 330. Okay, fine. Now we have understood what the question is being asked and what we have to get. So basically we have to return the largest number. And how do you return the largest number? In the form of a string. Okay, fine. To solve this, first you cannot play with numbers here. These are all in a form of a array or a list. Okay, so to solve this we need 4 steps. Yes, believe me, this 4 steps you will solve the problem. So the first step is converting the numbers to strings. Why do you have to convert the number to strings? If you do any operations and if you try adding the two numbers, you will get see, if you try adding strings, the strings get concatenated, but if you try adding numbers, you will get the sum as a result. So I cannot play with numbers. I have to convert it into strings and then play with it. So the first step would be converting the nums array into a string array. Okay, next step, can I use a normal comparator or a normal sorting function so that I can get the largest number? No, that might not be true in many of the cases. You can see the first case, if I use a normal sorting, I will get 10 first and 2 second, which will result in 1 or 2, which is not the largest number. But I need 210 as the largest number because that is the true largest number possible there. So I need to use a custom comparator here. So what does this custom comparator do is, let us say I have a list, and when I try to combine two numbers, okay, let's say I have the list, let's say take the example number 2 where we have 3, 30, 34, 30, yeah, 34, 5 and 9, and let's say that the nums of 0 is A and the nums of 1 is B. So we are taking first two numbers, that is 3 and 30, and when they are converted into strings, how will I add strings? When I add the strings, they get concatenated. So let's say I have A and a B string. When I'm sending 3 and 30 inside it, if I combine A plus B, that would become 330. And if I combine b plus a, that would become 30 plus 3, which will become 303. So here 330 is greater than 303. So what we will do is we will return this a plus b instead of b plus a, because a plus b is returning, I mean, a plus b is giving the largest number than b plus a. So we are going to return a here, which means the a and b are sorted in a the descending order, or the sorted in a perfect order giving the largest number. Now what would be the third step? The third step would be result, returning this result, because we are going to have it, we are going to store our result in the string array. And now I cannot return the string array because I have the output, the customized output which I have to return is string. I cannot return string array. So converting the string array to string using the string builder function, I have to return the result in the form of a string. But let's take a little edge case here. Let's say I have a array of numbers which is like only zeros, because in the constraints, if you see, the numbers length can be 1 to 0, but the numbers can start from 0 as well. 0 less than or equal to nums of I is less than or equal to 10 power 9. So I can have zeros also in the list. And whenever I have an entire number of zeros, I have completely zeros, and when I try to return 0, I mean, if I get the first element as 0, what does it mean? Let's say I have a 5 digit number that is 00000. It's ultimately 0, right? So here there's an edge case to catch. There we are not going to return 00000. Instead we will return as 0. So let's get started with the coding part. I told you 4 steps we are going to solve the problem. First step, converted the integer array to the string array. So to do so, let's take a string array. String string s is equal to new string. And what will be the length of that string array? It would be the same length as that of the nums array. Okay, and then convert integers to string, we use string dot value of function. So for every integer or for every number in the nums array, I am going to convert it into string. So let's see, I'm going to store it in the new string array which we have created earlier. What function? That is a string dot value of function. Okay, so this is the first step. Second step, I am going to use a custom array sorting method. So for that, in Java we have arrays.sort of what I'm going to sort. I'm going to sort the array. Which array I'm going to sort? That is the string array. And that is the I'm going to use a custom comparator function, and that is, this is how you write that, for strings. I'm sorry. Uh, that has to be in capital. And so what we are going to do, we are going to send two strings for comparison. So public int compare of string A and string B. So I am going to return the order, or the thing which is giving me the largest number. So as we have discussed earlier, according to the explanation, that is, I am going to return b plus a, if I mean I'm going to return b as the first number if if b plus a is greater than a plus b, or I will return a if a plus b is greater than b plus a. So this is how I'm going to do the custom sorting. And as we have discussed, there is an edge case to be taken care of. So that is this one. If my first, I mean, if my array, or if the first number after I sort is 0, then I will return 0. Okay, and the next thing left is using a string builder function to build the string and to return the result. So I'm using, so this is how you use a string, this is how uh, you create an object for the string builder function. Class name, object name is equal to new class name, and for every whatever the string which we have in the string array, I am going to append it to the result, and I am going to return the result. So this is how you're going to do this, and let's run this. Okay, there is some, okay, I'm sorry, the spelling of the comparator is wrong. Okay, let's run it again. Yes, both of the test cases it has passed, test case 1 and test case 2, and let's submit our code. Wow, we got beats 98.15%. Wow, that's cool. So this is it for the video. We'll meet you tomorrow with another DSA problem. Until then, keep watching SkillSnap. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.